Today is October 9th, 2020, and welcome to day 14 of my journey to doubling my account using only price action. And if you're watching, thanks for joining me on this journey. Let me know if there are any topics you'd like to know about price action in the comments. And double a 5K account in the MES micros before moving to the ES minis. For those who do not know, MES is 10 times smaller than ES, but the chart moves almost identical to the ES. So you get the price action of the ES, but 10th of the exposure. Theoretically, if you can double an account in the MES, you can double an account in the ES. In fact, it is harder to trade the micros since the percentage of commissions is more for the micros than the minis. I began this journey because if you can make 1% a day, it'll take only 100 days to double your account. There are 252 trading days in a year, so it'll take less than half a year to double your account. If you can double your account twice, then you would have 4x your account in 1 year. Then every year after that, it'll be exponential growth. Currently around 31% of my goal reached. I've been making an average about 2 to 3% a day, so I'm currently on track to double my account in 2 to 3 months. And I always have my account amount on the top of my screen, as you can see. Price action strategy I like to use is looking for two-legged pullbacks and key entry points. Two-legged pullback simply is this pattern here. It's a two-legged pullback. 2 legs, 1 leg, 2 legs, 1 pullback, first entry, second pullback. We like to enter into the second entry right there. Similar here, we like to enter into the second entry right here. So this is our entry point here, and we like to find this pattern at key entry points such as moving averages or support resistance levels, trend lines, channels, etc. So you have to know that pattern by heart. I use very little indicators. I use 3 indicators. I use 20 EMA, which is this solid blue line. I use a 240 SMA, and also have a custom indicator that I made that shows two-legged pullbacks and counts legs for you and shows traps as well. And so also tells you the upcoming leg. That's the type of upcoming leg and also the number of the upcoming leg. So you have to know the type, which could be either two-legged pullback or a trap, and also it gives you a tick count. And so that takes one element away from having to manually count, especially when the market moves quickly. It's kind of hard to count sometimes, and also keeps track. Sometimes you might lose track of your counting, whatnot. So for instance, here's a two-legged pullback, A, B, C, and so A, B, C and two-legged pullbacks are the same thing. So A, B, C pattern. The next leg down will be the second entry, as you can see by the dark red, dark green numbers. And so that's, if you want to know more about the strategy, you can check out the channel. I have a couple playlists explaining the strategy in more detail. There's a beginner playlist and an intermediate playlist, so hopefully those are helpful for you. Al Brooks recommends you trade your I don't care size. So for me, that's 3 contracts, 2 scalps and 1 runner. I use the 2584 tick chart as my main chart. Mac from Price Action Trading System uses a 2K chart, which is fine, but I like to use the 2584 since it's the closest Fibonacci number to 2000. Why Fibonacci numbers? Well, because Fibonacci numbers appear all over nature, and so if the market reflects human nature, I like to use Fibonacci numbers whenever I can. Also use some other charts to help see different time frames. These are all Fibonacci numbers. I use the 610 chart. I use the 2584. I use the 10,946, and also use the 5-minute. Al Brooks uses the 5-minute, so I like to mimic the best. Alright, that's it for the intro, so let's jump into our technical analysis. I already marked up my charts already, and so here's a channel that I actually have not marked here on the 2K chart. So we're on an obvious uptrend here, and so I'll put one here, and one here. So on the uptrend, you connect the bottom pivots, and then to make the channel, you find a point between the 2 pivots and go to the other side that, if you create a parallel line, it will intersect any of the points. So if I actually kept it here, it wouldn't have worked because it will intersect these points on the left. So I actually have to raise it up to one of these points here. And this bottom pivot, I'm not sure, did it get pierced? If it gets pierced, I have to update it to most recent here. So actually I keep that, and yeah, I think I'll keep this one too because this shows crazy overextension at the moment. So let's see here. Okay. Yeah, we're hitting a double top right now, but this yellow line is a measure move for this leg right here. As you can see, I copy and paste this from here, from the breakout point around. I have the measure move. So it's failed to do that, but it's coming back to try it again. And we'll probably hit the measure move today. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, we got this channel coming this way. We have this channel going upwards, and yeah, I'll keep this. It's a little in the way, so actually I'm gonna make it a little more transparent, because it's using it, but then kind of broke out. It's kind of slicing through it. It broke above it too, and broke up underneath it, and not breaking above it. So it's a little hard to say what this trend line is doing. Maybe it's something more like this. I think that's more accurate. I think we're going to use this guy here. Use this guy here. Yeah. And that creates this bottom line. Okay, so it's just using a support. Let's put this back so it's not really in the way anymore. Makes sense. It's actually using this as support now. Came back, tested it twice, went underneath and popped back by the very next bar. So we got this this is to me overextended. It's a wild move up. Recovered this big drop plus more, and so yeah, to me this is overextended. If you saw this drop, that's overextended. If you saw something recover the exact same drop, you would say that's overextended. So we are, in my opinion, overextended here as well. So it's currently 9 a.m. EST, and yeah, also mark up the 5-minute chart. I like to mark the 5-minute chart because it tracks both price and time, whereas the tick chart tracks price and volume. You can say, oh, you can just add the volume indicator on the time chart. It's true, but that volume indicator does not affect price action, whereas a tick chart actually shows you the price action of the volume. And so that's where the difference comes. That's why I like to mark both, to have both these price actions, and I like to find confluence in both of them. If you can find confluence in both the time chart and tick chart, I think you have much reason to go into a trade. And so that's what I'm looking for here by having the 5-minute and also the the tick charts. So the chart is not that clean, to be honest. You have this channel here, and it's just going on this wild move upwards. Not sure. Hit a double top here. Make just a point on the 610 chart off the top here. Just a point. We're hitting two-legged pullback on that 610. But we're close to the tippity top. Closed higher than the previous close. It's a decent signal ball for this two-legged move. A, B, C. I don't like how this is higher legs here. Higher, higher. Hit its head against the top of this. Not sure. Almost reached the top of this channel. This charting is crazy because all the lines are going everywhere. It's not very clean. As clean as I like it. I see a double top here, but it's riding above the 20 moving average. The 10K chart is crazy. Hasn't even touched the 20 moving average for a while now. All last night didn't even touch it. Came close, but didn't touch. Micro double top here. I'd be interested in this trade if it does trigger on the 5 minute. Five minutes, the market only moved 1 point. Here, 3 ticks. It's crazy. Alright, I'm interested here. Let's go. Has confluence with the 610 chart. Not a two-legged pullback, but on a pullback, nevertheless. Decent signal bar, micro double top here, overextended. Top of this range. Plenty of room to the 20 EMA here. Waiting to be filled. Touched my target. Hasn't filled me yet. Alright, filled here on the 5 minute. Have a runner. Doubt it will hit. I'll probably get stopped out. Actually, this looks pretty bearish. Maybe I'll go in here as well. I'm being greedy here. Confused. So my runners. Alright, I'm in this trade as well. In the 2K chart. Good. Bear bar. Coming back to retest this. Trap failed essentially here. So entered it in the 5 minute, also entering it in the 2K chart on this signal bar. Alright, I stopped on my 5 minute trade. Still plenty of room to 20 EMA here. I like this position a little bit better than this position. Just waiting. This could potentially trap me, but we'll see. We'll let it play out. Alright, as if it fulfilled me on the 2K chart. Double top here, measure move made, failed trap. There's a lot of reasons to be in this trade. Plenty of room to the 20 EMA. Very weak bar here. So 10K look. Okay. Looks like it's about to fill me. Waiting for it to fill. Filled me. A potential runner here. So yeah, failed trap, double top. It's really the 610 when it started to look weak. You know, made a double top on 610 and started going through disrespecting the 20 EMA when this was a better trade. I didn't like it here because of potential range plus. Yeah, I mean, it's a good signal bar, but when I looked at the 610 at the time, there was a 20 EMA blocking it. So when it came in second time, the 20 EMA wasn't a problem anymore. I'm trying to make 4 points here on this runner, but we'll see what it gives me. We've got a 20 EMA acting as support on the 5 minutes, so in my opinion, it'll probably stop me out, but we'll see. How much profit can I preserve with this runner? Risk-free trade at the moment. This is all before 9:30, regular trading hours. I'll take that, I guess. Yep, 20 EMAs acting as temporary support for the 5 minute. Risk-free trade, so oh well if I lose out on it. $9:30, regular trading hours has commenced. Most likely we'll get stopped out. We shall see. Runners are just a nice free gift, so with all gifts, you might not get it. Alright, my runner got stopped out, unfortunately, but what can you do? Stopped the runners out, came right back down, making micro double bottom. Maybe it wants to make its way to the 20 EMA. It's a lot of risk. Range on the 5 minute. Shot up, shot back down. I want to go short here. High chance making a point going short, but man, it's disappointing at the moment for the Bears. Didn't make a point, but pure range at the moment. We've been going with the 2. Back above the 20 EMA, still above the 20 EMA on the 2K chart. I wanted to break the 2K, the 20 EMA on the 2K chart. I'd like it to trade under that before going short here. Otherwise it acts as too much support. 5 minute, also above the 20 EMA. If it comes down again, 10K will be not a bad trade. Always making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher highs. Whew, okay. It's really bullish on the 610. Might just be a range here. I might be interested in going short on the 610. Two-legged move. I don't like that engulfing. I'm in. I'm trading the 10K by proxy at the moment with just 2 contracts here. Trading the breach of this. Just 2 contracts. So that was a 610 chart. Trading a 610 chart. But saw the bearishness with this breach here. It's also kind of an advanced trade, but yeah, there was a 2-legged pullback on the 610 chart. And my thinking is bearishness because we made a down leg. And typically, you know, the 10K does trap every once in a while, but most of the time it will make a point. You know, for instance, in this whole stretch of 10K trading, there are 2 traps. Since the market has been super choppy as of late, Okay, so as you can see, it actually made its point plus way more, plus way more. Okay, approaching our key entry point here. Might be interested in a long here if we can get it. Marker double bottom. Just be patient. Be patient. This major trend line here. This pivot. This pivot. Now we're approaching it again, but building a type of tight range here. It actually coincides pretty close to the 20 EMA on the 10K chart. 610. Expanded. Pretty close. Expanded. I'd be interested here. Should I do it here or here? Wait till it breaks here and I'll try to get in one tick under. I'm in. Looking for a point here. Bouncing off double bottom on the 20 EMA on the 10K chart. Made the point here. Have a runner. Runner most likely will get stopped out, but we'll see. Keep it. Let's get one good runner here. Haven't had a runner in a while. So I'm waiting to come back up. Runner didn't get stopped out. So yeah, I kind of wanted to trade actually this break here. Wait to come down and then I waited to come back in here because it didn't stop out. It didn't go below the signal bar, so it was actually still a good trade. I want to get the second attempt out. The good signal bar here. See if we get a runner. Stopped out. Can't get a break with the runner. Alright, wrapping up the day here. up around 87.96. Puts me about 1% up, maybe a little bit more than 1%. So it's a slow grind these days. Honestly, it's been a little difficult to trade these days. Hard to find good entries. Little choppy for me, but there were a few today that I was able to take. So yeah, just what can I say about this? It's just there were some trending moments, but most of the day just looked kind of like this. And you can see it's choppy when you have all these traps coming out. Usually gets extra traps when it's choppy. And signal bars weren't the best, so it's kind of can only take what the market gives you, and a lot of times you're just staring at these bars forming and waiting forever to get to certain key entry points. But yeah, so I found a couple good trades, but I had to break even a couple at the end. Came out about 1%. So that's it for today. I'll be on break for next 2 weeks, and so I hope yeah, you guys have good trading, and God bless.